Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankarācārya-madhyamām Asmadācārya-paryantāṃ Vande Guru-paramparam Dayakaram Dayakaram Dantam Dharma-pravartakam Pranamami Dayanandam Madācārya-paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If the prayer is going on and you happen to come a little late, wait till the prayer is over and then come take your seats. Okay? Because when we do the Shanti mantra, it is a kind of a digbandhana. A sacred space is created and then that is disrupted when everybody is scrambling to take the seats, etc. Nothing wrong. Sometimes one gets late, no problem. Stand there and then come. Okay, so we'll chant the Sahana Vavatu mantra again so that we are all in the same sacred, occupying the same sacred space. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, where were we? What happened to the winged insects? What happened to them? They were saved. At least some of them. Fantastic. And then they were put out to dry by the banks of the river under a shady tree where they could regain themselves. Regain themselves from what? Come back to themselves after the traumatic incident in the whirlpool, not just one whirlpool. So, avartad, avartam, so from one whirlpool to another, avartantaram. Avartat, from one whirlpool to what? Avartantaram. Whirlpool, one whirlpool to another whirlpool. What are they doing? They are going and going and going. These poor insects, maybe they fell down from a tree as they were eating some sap. And then they were just gone. Gone means stuck in this whirlpool. And then there is one thing we did not, let us chant this verse again, 31. Then we'll see what we haven't yet looked at. Satkarma paripakate Karuna nidhino dhrutaha Prapyati rataruchhayam Vishramyanti yatha sukham. Yeah, one word we have not seen. Satkarma paripakat, which is the hetu, the cause. What is it? What is satkarma? Good karma. Good karma. So, even the insects have good karma? Sure. Sure they do, because all of their other ancestors perished. But these few were saved. Very interesting. All the jivas have good karma and bad karma. while in the form of the body of non-human beings, they cannot accrue more karma. They are just in the process of exhausting. But that doesn't mean they don't have karma from previous other lives as a human being. They have karma. Otherwise, what is the difference between, for example, the first world dog? Yeah, the dog in the Western countries, so well taken care of. It has its own memory foam cushion bed. Here people are sleeping on the floor, So, and there it is enjoying this memory foam cushion bed. And in some rich households, it has its own pet acupuncturist. And they will come with needles and everything and all that. And of course the dog will growl and try to bite and all these things, but still it has alternative acupuncture treatment. It has some kind of a pranic healing auric treatment. And then there is also a pet, what is that called? Whisperer, pet psychic. So it's not enough that you go to the psychic, your pet also goes to the psychic. And then the psychic will come home, sit with the pet and go like this, and then find out what the pet is thinking, and then they will say, your dog needs more treats. Your dog needs more walks. All these things they will tell. And then, even in India, there will be this, rich people's dogs experience, and then the dog which is just going around in 3 legs, and then one leg was, sacrificed to a passing car, and then it has 3 legs, and the poor thing is just going around from one fishmonger to another and not getting anything to eat, or from one baker to another. But then this dog, which dog? The one belonging to a rich family is riding in the car. When I was small, when I was growing up, then there was I used to wait for Sundays, because on Sundays there was a rich family living somewhere on the top of one hill. And then we could see their car coming down, some kind of an imported car with the, what is that called? Back hood off. Yeah. And 2 huge, fierce looking huskies, Alsatians in the back. And all the children would line up on both sides just to watch this, because that kind of a car we had never seen in our lives. Those kinds of dogs also we had never seen in our lives. And so this was a spectacle. This was Sunday afternoon entertainment for the children, including myself. And we are all lining the streets on both sides, and it has the dogs have their own chauffeur. And one from this side, it was peeking out, and one from they were both tied so that they don't fall off. But then, and they hated the children. So they would look, first the upper lip would go like that, showing the teeth, and then a gargling sound would come. As the motor of the car is picking up, the growling sound is picking up, this side, that side, and the whole road would be lined up, and they would bark till the last child was saying goodbye to them. We would wave, I don't know why, but and I think we were fascinated, at least I was, such a good life they are having. This kind of a car we have never seen. And who is getting to ride in it? Not children, dog. No. So dog also has some good karma. Some dogs have very good karma. And the other dogs, alas, are the target of every street boy and street girl. Anybody going on the street, they just take one little pebble just for the sake of it. People are non-thinking. They are not necessarily cruel, but they are non-thinking. and say they see somebody doing it and they think it is some kind of a wicked sport. So then they keep throwing pebbles and stones at the dog, which yelps and goes away. So like this, every jiva has both punya and papa. Every jiva has. And so here, for these insects, also Satkarma was there. Why? Because a small leaf came, a leaf from the pages of the Upanishad came and rescued them and put them at the bank of the river to dry out and get some rest and respite. And then that is Satkarma. Paripaka literally means ripening. Paripakvata, from pach to cook. Cook here means to ripen. So what does it mean that the karma ripens? Is it a fruit that it ripens and falls off the tree? Is it a fruit? Well, kind of. Kind of means what? Let us see this. It's very nice. Because the Sat Karma is already there. It is latent. So, supposing the Sat Karma, everybody has Sat Karma, but then some people come to Vedanta and some people don't. Why? Because the fructification, which means paripakvata. So the fructification takes on different forms. Two meanings we can give for this word paripakvata. One is that the fructification takes on different forms, usually in keeping with the people's tendencies. This is only applicable for human beings, okay? So, because the dogs and all, they are not obstructing the Satkarma or directing the Satkarma to other places. So, the first meaning of Paripaka is that not everybody comes to Vedanta, even though they may have loads of punya. So much punya will be there, they don't know what to do with it. But that doesn't bring them to Vedanta. Why? Because the fructification of that karma is in keeping with their tendencies. So as soon as some relief comes from samsara, what do? They start indulging again in other things. So in other words, the receptor, this brings us to the second meaning of the word paripaka or paripakvata. So the paripakvata, second meaning is what? Second meaning is the ability, kshamata, or the possibility of receiving the fruits of the good karma. This again is for human beings, because generally the dogs and cats are not opposed, they are just leading more or less a programmed life, so they are not coming in the way. So the ability to receive means that there is the Satkarma is there, it is ready to fructify, but I will not receive it. And what is the classic Shastric story that is taught here, that is narrated? Everybody knows this. What is that one? That one is the one of the Krishna devotee. What was his name? Manda. Manda means what? Not quite fully there. Okay, yeah. Top floor is for rent. All right, yeah. Vacant. So, vacant. Manda, slightly dull, challenged. So, what does this Manda do? Manda says, I am a great devotee. Krishna alone has to come save me. Flood comes to the village. And then what? The town crier comes in a boat. All of you have to evacuate. We are going to higher grounds. We are going to be evacuated to a different part of the kingdom. Please hop on this boat. What does Manda do? Manda looks. Is Krishna there? No, I am not getting on this boat. All right. Then what happens? The chief minister of the kingdom comes. And he says, this is my private boat with my family and a few other stragglers that I have found. By this time the water level is up till here. And each time the Manda looks down, glub, 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 he is up and down drowning. His family left in the first boat. His wife was very pragmatic. She left with the children. She said, you know, I have been married to you long enough to know what you are going to do. Bye-bye. See you in the afterlife, whenever that is. Because the husband is foolish. She knows. And so then the chief minister comes and he looks. No Krishna, no peacock feather, no yellow clothes, no flute. I'm not getting on this boat. Then finally the royal boat comes, all nice and cushions and everything. And then you know, the head of the boat, the stern has a big swan and the royal insignia and everything. King says, the town crier in the king's boat says, come on, anybody there who did not hear the other two things, get on this boat. Oh, king, yes. Namaskar, King Ji, very good. But then, is Krishna there? No, only Krishna will save. No other savior is possible. Therefore what? Glub, 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 Ram Naam Satya Hai. Meaning what? Dies. And then because of his bhakti and good karma, goes straight to a heaven whose name is what? Vaikuntha. I never knew why it is called Vaikuntha. Kuntha means resentment. That's why we have to take English. Why should there be Kuntha? That is the name of the heaven. No Kuntha, place of no Kuntha. So he goes to Vaikuntha and then he wants audience with Krishna immediately. There is a line of 576 people here. No, I want to see now. Krishna says, let him come. Let him cut the line and come. You said you will save? How? He was just outraged. How could you do this to me? You said you will save and you never saved. Who sent the first boat? Oh, it was you? Yes. Who sent the second boat? Who? You? Yes. Who sent the nice royal boat? Oh, that was you also? Yes. And then Krishna says, Ayushman Bhava, may you live long. Now I know why your mom named you Manda. So, Paripakvata means that Atma Anugraha must be there. Atma Anugraha means I have to permit myself to receive the fruits of my good karma, especially if it is coming unasked, falling into my lap. You don't become suspicious of it. Oh, 3-month course. Oh, why today only I had to see the advertisement? Are you interested? No, I have been interested. But now that somebody told me about it, I don't think it's such a good idea. Why not? Because that person is not fit enough to study in an ashram. But what has that got to do with anything? If they tell me, that means what? This must not be very good. And also, that means what? They are also applying. That means if I also apply, and I am also accepted, and they are also accepted, and then for 90 days straight I have to see their face every single day. Rose, every single day I have to see their face, better not apply. You see how one does this, one is not, the receptivity is not there. The receptivity to this pursuit is just 3/4 of the job. Receptivity is not there, some block, something. It's all psychological really. And that's going to be the next, when we study the koshas, that's going to be the next topic here. It's all psychological. I don't like how the ashram looks. Arey, this is how it is. No, I just wish it looked some other way. These are all excuses we tell ourselves. I don't like the people who are studying. This one person told me, I am leaving. Why are you leaving? I don't like the people. I said, what have they done to you? It's only the third day. What have they done to you? They all look depressed. It's perception, one's own perception. Because that person thinks everybody should be smiling with all the 32 teeth out all the time, like that. And if that's not there, they are depressed. So like this, I don't like the people. I don't like the ashram atmosphere. People are depressed. People are not studying properly. People think that they are very high up and I am low down. These are all perceptions. And these perceptions come in the way of the fructification of the Sat Karma that is ready. Like the boats sent for Mr. Manda, all this is ready. But I not only ignore, but I come in my own way of my own deliverance from samsara. I come in my own way. I am not open. And if all else is well, I have a problem with a teacher. Why is the teacher like this? Why is the teacher not like that? It all goes back to mother issue, father issue. In other words, authority issue. That the authority issues are there is not an issue. That I should deal with them. I should really make this a non-issue. That is the issue. I have to overcome the authority issue so that I do not misunderstand the teacher, misunderstand the teachings, and if there is a problem, it has to be resolved immediately using the antidote, which is what? Shraddha, reverence. So the reverence for the Shastra, for the teaching, for the teacher will resolve all these issues. And the Shraddha, as the issues are getting resolved, the Shraddha will make way for the knowledge to come in despite there being issues. Despite the fact that there are issues, that I am able to study, that I am able to relate, that I am able to take care of all my issues is a great blessing. That is what is called paripakvata. 4 kinds of blessings are counted with regard to the Shastra. One is Daivanugraha. Daivanugraha means Bhagavan's grace, Ishvara's grace. And our definition of grace is only your own Sat Karma, good karma earned through dharmic actions and that which fructifies at a particular time. Bhagavan's grace. Meaning, all the obstacles to the study are suddenly gone away. And the desire to study that was not there, I find suddenly myself being interested in who am I kind of questions. Before I wasn't. Now suddenly I am. Daivanugraha. Then what? Then I follow the course of study and I want to pursue who I am, all these questions, park myself in an ashram and start the study of the Shastra. Then the next anugraha is Shastra anugraha, the grace of the Shastra. Oh, the Shastra itself has grace? Yes. Because if the Shastra is understood, then that grace has fructified. Lot of jigyasa may be there. Poor person comes and sits, but somehow is not able to gel with the Shastra. Oh, it's in a different language. I have a block. I cannot do this. Or the Shastra is full of jnana, karma, samuchaya. I am sick of it. If you say jnana, karma, samuchaya one more time, I am going to run away as far as possible. Or some other problem. Some other problem with the Shastra. How can the Shastra is, this is what we tell ourselves, Shastra is finite or not? Yes, there might be 1088 Upanishads earlier, but still it is finite, it's a finite number. Yes, how can the finite Shastra reveal the infinite? Therefore, stay order. Stay order by the appellate court, which is the Buddhi, and has said, no, don't study the Shastra. Or sometimes even the doubt is not there. Shastra is there. Shastra is unfolding. And then what? The person's attention is not there. Shastra is being taught. Where is the person looking? Out of the window. What is happening over there? Oh, okay, today there is Bhandara. Oh, okay. Wonder what sweet dish will be made. This is the person's something. Some distraction comes. Even though the interest is there, Shraddha is there. But prasabham harati manaha. Even for the vipaschit, even for the wise person. Indriyani pramadhini. Prasabham means by force. Harati manaha, second chapter. Of what? Kenopanishad. Bhagavad Gita. So, by force, even for someone who has wisdom means discrimination. And therefore, there is not enough homework that is done, Shama Dama is not there, and this way Shastranugraha is inhibited. And one other form of lack of Shastranugraha, as soon as what happens, Sahana Vavatu is a lullaby. Finished. Om Purnamadav Purnamida. It's the waking up shloka. Shastranugraha, second kind of anugraha. Then Gurvanugraha, third form of blessing or third form of grace is the grace of the Guru. And when you study enough number of Prakarana Granthas, such as all these bodhas, Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, and then what else? Aparokshanubhuti, Viveka Chudamani, etc., etc. There always is this puzzling, very puzzling verse. Make the teacher happy. And finding the teacher happy, ask for the knowledge. And when I was a beginning student of this Vidya, I would always have the question, what is the question? Why should I make the teacher happy? And besides, what kind of a teacher is this? Vedanta teacher. Isn't the Vedanta teacher supposed to be the embodiment of what? Dukkha? No, Ananda. Embodiment of Ananda. And who am I to make this teacher happy? Otherwise it will become like samsara. I make you happy in order to make me happy, in order so that we both can make somebody else happy, and then that person can make somebody else happy, and as a result nobody is able to make nobody happy, and everybody is in misery together. Why? Misery loves company. That's why. Instead of satsang, everybody is singing sad songs. That's what happens. So I always used to think that prasannam tam pariprapya, prasannam tam praptva. Prapya means gaining this gaining the Guru's prasannata. Happiness, the Guru should be happy. Happy here is not, you should tickle the Guru, tell the Guru a few jokes, and then start ask them, okay, please, now we will start the teaching. No. Happy means seeing your fittedness for this knowledge. The Guru has to be convinced to teach. The Guru has to be convinced that you are worth the while of the Guru. Otherwise, it's a waste of time for you. It's a waste of time also for the Guru. And so, therefore, the Guru has to be convinced that you are worthy of the teaching. And then the blessings in the form of the Guru handling the pramana. The Shastra is there, all right. The Shastra can bless you, definitely, because it is sacred. It has the blessing power. And then what activates the Shastra is the Guru, the Guru Vachana. The words of the Guru activate the Shastra. Shastra is like some, what is that example given? Yeast. Yeast is there. You want to make bread, and then you can't just add the yeast to the flour. What do you have to do? Put it in little hot water, and then it starts to sing, and then it starts to do things. Then it starts to bubble up, and that bubbly water, then you add to the flour and make the dough. Then the dough will rise. So Shastra is like the yeast, or it's like baking soda. Baking soda either needs a sour ingredient to activate it, or it needs hot water to activate it. So the baking soda can do the job. It is there, but it has to be activated. The yeast has to be activated. The Shastra is like that baking soda, and the words of the Guru handled properly. And how did the Guru learn how to handle this? From their Guru, who learnt it from their Guru, till Ishvara. Bhagavan is the first Guru. And so therefore, the activated words of the Shastra alone can bless. So then finally, this is the Guru's grace. Finally, Atmanugraha. I, the Ahankara, the ego, has to bless myself. In order to learn this, I have to give myself the blessing. There was one demon called Bhasmasura. Ash demon, his name is. He wanted everything he touched to turn to ash. Went to Lord Shiva and did a lot of penance and said, give me this boon, whatever I touch should turn to ash. Shiva is called Bholenath. Bholenath means the gullible one, innocent one. He only sees everything impartially. This much karma this person has done, sat under a tree and meditated, stood on one foot and meditated, and therefore what? This much, whatever he is asking, it is in commensuration with the karma done. Tathastu. However, the plot took a terrible and most highly inconvenient twist. What did Bhasmasura do? Hey, don't go. I want to try it out on you. I want to try out this boon on you. So saying, he ran after Shiva himself. Then anyhow, Shiva had to go seek help from Vishnu. These are all Puranic stories to tell children. There is no Shiva, Vishnu like that. There is just Bhagavan. These are just fun stories. And Vishnu has the gift of turning into a woman quickly. Yes, along with nice sari, makeup, everything. All jewels, everything, immediately. He had done that once before. When? After the spoils of the churning of the ocean had to be shared, he had done that. So this was no biggie, no big deal. He did that again. And then came in front of Bhasmasura, anklets, all the bells and anklets jingling, chan, 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 chan. Bhasmasura has the attention span of a 5-year-old. That's why he is Asura. Who? Will you marry me? And what does this woman say? I'm not that kind of a girl. We have to get to know each other. And we begin every relationship with prayer. And the prayer is called Anganyasa, touching various body parts. In Lagunyasa it comes. So then, first we start by touching our head. He says, I don't know how to do this. You please teach me. Yeah, you just do whatever I am doing. So first a few things she does just to lead him astray. She says, now we have to touch the head. And then what? Instead of Bhasmasura, there is a heap of ashes there. This is very telling. This self-blessing. Usually blessing means, what do they do in India? They touch the head. Correct? Self-blessing, you touch your own head. Oh, now I'm afraid to touch my own head after this story. Something has to turn to ashes. What is that? Ahankara. That ahankara, that is what is ashes. That is what we smear on our forehead every day. That which is time bound turns into ashes. So the ahankara, which says, I am better than the Shastra, I am better than the ashram, I am better than all the other classmates, I am better than the Guru, I am even better than God, equal to or better than God, that has to go. The E has to go. That's why it is called ego. It has to go. This is the self-blessing. The self-blessing is the immolation, the firing up and the destruction of the ahankara. So paripakvata means allowing myself to do this ahankara nasha. Even you don't have to do this. If you are receptive to the Shastra will take care of reducing the ahankara to ashes. Guru will take care, Shastra will take care. I have to be open to that. Otherwise, the thing will not take place, that in the knowledge will not happen at all. And so, this is for what? The insects. So, Satkarma Paripakat. So, for the insects, what happened? The Satkarmas came to a nice fruition, and then from there, some of them were able to be saved. And from a distance, from a safe standpoint, they watched the river of samsara and they said, uh-oh, one more perished. Oh no, one more gone, poor things. Let us get this knowledge quickly so we can save our brothers and sisters. We can also help them by this teaching. Let us do that for ourselves. This is how from a distance, meaning taking themselves out of samsara, they were able to see samsara dispassionately. Very, very beautiful. Dispassionately. And then vivishramyanti. So they go to Vishrama. Where do we go? Ashrama. Ashrama. Okay. Yatha Sukham. Yatha Sukham means as much as their upadhis will allow, that much Sukham they got. Then this was the Drishtanta. Now Darshtanta. What is Darshtanta? What is being illustrated? That which is Drishtanta, illustration. Darshtanta, the purpose for which it is being illustrated, that which is being illustrated. Upadesham avapyaivam Acharyat tattvadarshinaha Panchakosha vivekena Labhante nirvritim param Upadeshamavapyaivam Acharyat tattvadarshinaha Panchakosha vivekena Labhante nirvritim param. Similarly, all this we have to add, it is not given. Similarly, the jiva. Who is this jiva? The one who has fallen into the whirlpool of samsara by a mistake. What was the mistake? Not knowing itself, the jiva, not knowing himself or herself to be Atma, to be Ananda, to be Purna, to be Ananta, to be Satchidananda. That is one mistake. Second mistake is what? Therefore, taking oneself to be an idiot. Mistaking oneself. I am small, alpa. I am not all. I am not the cause. What I am? Because. How can I be God? I am odd. G silent. This is the mistake. These are the series of mistakes. Aligning the ahankara to every single small finite identification. This is what is the third form of tadatmya we saw yesterday of the three identification. What is that called? Bhrantija tadatmya. Brantijam tadatmyam. Identification with all things that are delusional, a delusional form of identification, identification with everything finite, and therefore coming to the wrong conclusion, aham what? Alposmi, not aham brahmasmi, aham alpamasmi. I am small, I am inconsequential, and therefore the struggle, this is one whirlpool, and then from there one goes to the next whirlpool, the struggle to be somebody, the struggle to matter, the struggle to show off, the struggle to be validated, the struggle to leave something behind. And then what all one does as a course of struggle, study, 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 study. Get 3 PhDs. Why? Because one is not enough. And then what? Nothing. I'm still disrespected. I still feel unloved. Okay, maybe the study didn't do it. I'll get the best employment possible. Climb up the ladder of success. Climb up the ladder of all kinds of fulfillment, so to speak. Career fulfillment. And the career is not full, neither does it fill, and as a result what happens? Again one is kept wanting. I'm lonely, so much I'm working. What should I do? Get married. How can there be unlimitedness after getting married? Who is getting married? I. Limited. Who are you? Limited or unlimited? Limited. Who are you getting married to? Is that person limitless? No, they are also limited. Limited plus limited, private limited. Yeah. Yeah, private limited. They are also limited. The person getting married is also limited. The spouse is also what? Limited. Limited plus limited, doubly limited, privately limited. This is called, and then what? Child. Also limited. This is called nuclear family, which is neither new nor clear to me. Aham, avam, vayam. Yes. Yeah. I, us both, and then plural, all of us. Only good thing is all of us are sinking together. They say no, we should swim together or sink together. Well, whole time we have been saying one word, what is that? Glub, glub, glub. Let us go together. Glub, glub, glub. At least we are together. Some kind of a strange samsaric solace, I suppose. And so, the jiva here, full of mistakes, identified with the delusional form of identification with smallness and finitude, what happens is satkarma paripakat. That same thing we have to do anushanga here. The connection has to be made here as well, because accidentally some karma fructified. Bhagavan's kataksha means side glance. See, go to the Hindu temples, you will never see Bhagavan looking like this fully, unless it is Kali or Kala Bhairava. Otherwise, Bhagavan is only like giving a small glance. It is called kataksha. It is believed that looking into the eyes of Bhagavan, even that much blessing is more than what the jiva can handle. So even that kataksha, the sidelong glance, is enough. So that grace somehow fructified. With that grace I could have gone abroad somewhere, made a life for myself. With that grace I could have had the riches. But somehow I chose to study this knowledge. I chose to let go. Here is where the viveka comes in, atmanugraha comes in, and that viveka vairagya stood me in great good fortune, stood me well. And then what did I do? I chose to study this. I chose to see that the answer to going from one whirlpool to another whirlpool, aham, avam, vayam whirlpool, is not going to be gained inside the whirlpool. Just like the insects had to be taken to higher ground and saved, similarly, I have to be saved from what? Myself. And what is this saving? It's as though, it's not real. Why? Because one is never bound to begin with. If one is not bound, one doesn't have to be saved. So what is this saving that you are talking about? Like everything, it is as though saving, as though. It's not real. Saving means I should know that I was never bound to begin with. It's a cognitive pursuit. And so like the insects squirming and struggling in the water, trying to get out of the water, I too have found out through the dint of my own experiences and my viveka, atmanugraha, my own blessing myself to gain this knowledge, that the solution to this is to seek help. And the solution to this is a cognitive solution, because I am not bound. How can I know that even in the whirlpool? Because even in the whirlpool of samsara, it has a few good moments. When some desire is fulfilled, or even no desire is fulfilled, suddenly you find yourself being happy. Somebody cuts you in the lunch line. You say, doesn't matter. Today they must be hungry. Let them go. Another day you would have shown them the fist. And you would have said, I'm a student of Vedanta and I am practicing Dhamma. That's why I'm just showing you the fist. Dare you do this again to me? So, a student is there, very happy suddenly one day. How? Somehow. Even in samsara there are moments of the Atma showing its Swarupa. Amazing it is. In the sleep, of course, one is happy. Even if you are not happy, your roommate is very happy that you are asleep and they don't have to deal with you for the next 7 hours. So, this is what leads us to question whether the nature of the Atma is always sad, full of strife, full of disenchantment, disconnection and disappointment. These momentary coming up for air like the insect, glub, glub, glub. Okay, I'm saved. No, again, here it comes. These momentary experiences are enough to question whether I am doomed to a life of sorrow, fear, strife, conflict, etc. Not only that, it is in keeping with what I want. You ask anybody, any part of the world, do you want to be sad all the time? Absolutely not. Everybody has a universal quest. What is that? To be happy. They don't know how to be happy, so they keep engaging in all kinds of works, not knowing that they themselves are the source of the happiness. So here is a person with discernment, because goes straight to the teacher for what? Upadesha. From this, dish means direction, to show. Dish means to show, to demonstrate. Upa, closely, in a way that you can understand. Upadesha, therefore, means teaching. And that teaching has to take place. It has to get through the head that I am not bound. Therefore, I don't need to be saved. That is the saving, okay? That is the saving grace. That is the teaching. The teaching is, I don't need anything. And action cannot save me because the bondage is in the head through wrong understanding. And therefore, the dropping of ajnanam is equal to the dropping of wrong understanding in the light of the knowledge that I am full, I am free. This is the teaching. This teaching, aptva, gaining this. It doesn't say aptva, what does it say? Yeah, avapya. Gaining this teaching, upadesham avapya. How did this person get upadesha? Had a dream. Satchidanandoham. Yeah? No. Had a flash of intuition. Flash means it comes and goes, okay? Yeah. Here we are talking of that which doesn't go. Or was sitting deep in meditation and saw a dancing yellow light which declared itself to be Nataraja. All these are what? Experiences. Spiritual or otherwise, they are what? Experiences. Experiences by nature are what? Time bound or timeless? Time bound. That's why it's called an experience. If it's happening all the time, you don't call it an experience. You don't tap your friend on the shoulder. I'm having an experience. Of what? Myself. I'm experiencing myself. Tap, tap again. What now? I experienced myself 5 minutes ago also. Now also I'm experiencing myself. This is not even called experience. That which is there all the time, it's not an experience. An experience is that which you get into and then get out of. And any kind of experience, material, spiritual, etc., is time bound. It has a beginning and it has a middle and it has an end. And here the student must know that these time bound experiences, I have had infinite number of time bound experiences. And where have they left me? Business as usual in the whirlpool. I can change the whirlpool, that's all. The other one had more bubbles, this one has more speed. That is all I can tell. I can exchange one whirlpool for another whirlpool, but in the whirlpool I am, because I am seeking solutions inside the whirlpool, which is what is the problem? Whirlpool is the problem. Whirlpool is the problem. Therefore, the Shastra is not part of the whirlpool. That's why we say the Shastra in any scripture means it is revealed. In any tradition, it has to be a revelation. It comes from outside of this state of being. That's what means by revealed. Revealed means it is flawless. It has something to teach me. It has something to tell me. It has a redemptive quality, so that studying which I can have a different view of myself, the Jagat and Ishvara. That is what I have to see. Otherwise, if Shastra is also part of samsara, Shastra is part of the Jagat, but not part of samsara. Samsara is head-made, made by my head. The wrong conclusions about myself, the Jagat and Ishvara, Jiva Jagat Ishvara, Jiva Jagat Ishvaranam, wrong conclusions about all these three converts the Jagat into samsara, converts me into, very, very sorry, here I am a samsari, converts me into a samsari. Otherwise, the Jagat is benign. It doesn't have the capacity to hurt me. It doesn't have the capacity to tie me down, to bind me. Jagat, being an expression of Ishvara, is what? Simply there. And if I see it with unoccluded eyes unoccluded by subjectivity, if I see it objectively, well, I don't see the Jagat at all. What do I see? Ishvara. Everywhere I see Ishvara. Even in my own challenges, what do I see? Ishvara. This is what we have to see. But now the Jagat has become the cause of sorrow. I feel it is beating me up. The Jagat has become the cause of pain. The Jagat has become the cause of all kinds of blame. It has become part of the blame game. I blame myself, other people blame me, I blame everybody else. This is what the Jagat has become part of. To write this, I need some corrective eye surgery. I need an eye surgery. The cataracts of ajnanam and anyatha jnanam are clouding my view of myself, the world and God. And therefore, somebody has to do surgery. Who is that? Guru. Guru is surgeon, Bhishak, Bhavaroga Bhishak, the surgeon of samsara. Bhavaroga means the roga, the disease of becoming. What is the disease of becoming? Very unbecoming. I want to become this, I want to become rich, I want to become famous, I want to become one with the child, I want to become one with spouse, I want to become validated, I want to become strong, I want to become well known. All this is a becoming life. Because becoming one thing, I still don't get satisfaction and contentment, then immediately I want to become yet one more and yet one more and yet one more thing. And so, this becoming life is the problem, the one who has understood. And therefore, the one who is ready to let go of the becoming life and approaches the Acharya not for a pat on the head or a pat on the back or, hey teacher, give me a hug, I am having a low day. No. Approaches the Acharya for surgical help. Surgery is permanent because the cataracts of ignorance and taking myself to be not what I am have to permanently go. So therefore the Guru is Bhavaroga Bhishak. Bhishak, doctor, Vaidya. Bhavaroga, the disease of becoming, disease of samsara. And therefore we chant Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave. Unto this Guru who is full of Shri. What is Shri? Shri here is the tricks of the trade. The way to handle this pramana, the various prakriyas, the various pedagogical tools, endowed with these pedagogical tools, which is in the form of being blessed by the goddess. Shriya yuktaha guruhu tasmai gurave namaha. My salutations, my surrender to this Guru. Who is this Guru? For this person, namely myself. Who is this? Who am I? Ajnana Timira Andhaha. Afflicted by the wrong sight, because my vision is covered by the cataracts of division. Therefore, my vision is one of division. That's what happens. I hear when you have cataracts, sometimes people see double. It's not that there are two things. But then here, what are these? The cataracts of ajnanam and anyatha jnanam is equal to the vision of duality, a vision of division. Everything I see two, multiple. I don't see the oneness because of this vision of division. And what did this Guru do? The Guru took the scalpel of the Shastra and operated upon these cataracts, setting my vision free, so that my vision is in line with the vision of the Shastra, which is the vision of Bhagavan, which is that all here is one, you are that one, you are that all. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. All that is here is Brahman alone. Or to express it in a way we know very well, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. All this is pervaded by the Lord. And that Lord is nothing but you, is one with you, is non-separate from you. There is no Lord other than you. This vision, the one who set this vision free, who set my vision that was trapped in the whirlpool of all these divisions, frustration, fear, sorrow, is called what? Acharya. Acharya. The word Acharya means three things. Three things? Yes. What is that? We will see at 11 o'clock. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.